You didn't just grow up. You grew into the person that would have protected you when you were a child. Chosen ones, if this landed on your screen, it wasn't random because I have a download for you to upload. Your higher self is reminding you that you are the guardian now. Every boundary, every standard, every nah, I don't fuck with that no more. That's you standing up for the kid that no one else stood up for. Stay tuned. Valerie, talk to him.
Chosen ones. That little you has been waiting years for this version of you to arrive. You're not dramatic for what you feel now. You're just finally safe enough to feel what they had to swallow in silence. Every time you say, I'm not accepting that energy anymore, you're not being cold. You're putting your body between your younger self and the people who hurt them. Every night you put your phone down instead of begging for crumbs. Every time you walk away from chaos instead of trying to fix it, you're rewriting the scene that broke you. You are the proof that the cycle stops here. You are the apology your inner child never got and the protection they always deserved. So hold your own hand the way nobody held theirs. Talk to them. Little me, I see you. Little me, I got you now. Because the moment you decided to protect that kid inside you, your whole bloodline story started to change.
The hardest thing to do is to heal without the apology from the person that injured you. One of the hardest things to do is to heal without the consent and the apology from the person that injured you. So you see, chosen one, the reason why you're calling, the reason why your path is so much more arduous, the reason why your path and your journey has so many twists and turns and moats and booby traps and pitfalls is because your calling is that much higher. What you could have done is stay bitter. What you could have done is manifested a reality that the Matrix really wanted for you. And that reality is a suppression of your higher self. But you took everything that occurred to you in your life and you turned it into the blueprint. You turned it into wisdom. You turned it into the motivation. You turned it into the map to be able to get back into your higher self. Valerie, talk to him.
Chosen ones, you were never waiting on their apology. You were waiting on your own permission to stop bleeding for people who kept cutting you. The apology you wanted was really a translation. Everything you felt was real. You weren't crazy. You weren't too sensitive. You were abandoned when you needed love. So let's make it real right now. You become the witness. You become the judge. You become the healer. You look at that version of you and you say, they did hurt you. They were wrong. And I believe you. Because once you validate that pain, their silence loses its power. Once you close that chapter, their name stops being a spell on your nervous system. Your closure is not a door they have to knock on. It's a lock you turn from the inside. And from that moment forward, every boundary you set, every no you mean, every room you walk out of, that's you choosing your higher self over their unfinished story.
Once you become conscious, the unconscious becomes conscious. Once you become conscious, the unconscious becomes conscious. So you see, chosen one, the average person is moving around in this world and moving through the matrix, not realizing that they are descendants of source. So they don't realize that they have the power to create and mold and shape reality and bend reality to their will. Because when you're unconscious, you end up manifesting the universal unconsciousness of the matrix. What that is suppression, oppression, things of that nature. But once you become conscious, once you take your consciousness and you decide to use it actively, now you become a creator. Now you become the one who shapes reality in your will instead of shaping reality to the matrix's will. The matrix cannot create. It can only co-create, and it needs your consent. But once you become conscious, it no longer has your consent, and now you are the one that's bending reality to your will from a conscious vantage point. Valerie, talk to him.
Chosen ones, when you were asleep, life felt random. People, patterns, pain just happened to you and you called it fate. But now that you're conscious, you're starting to see the code. You notice how your thoughts shape your mood shapes your choices, and your choices shape your timeline. That's not an accident. That's you remembering you're a co-creator. So now the work is simple but not easy. Catch the old scripts when they start running. I'm unlucky. No one chooses me. Life is always hard for me. And instead of letting those loops manifest more cycles, you pause, breathe, and choose a different line. Because the moment you decide, I am not just reacting, I am directing, the matrix loses its grip and your reality starts answering to you instead of your wounds.